In the chaos of World War II, a single moment of genius could turn the tide of battle. This is the story of one such moment, a tale of a Sherman tank crew, who were laughed at for their strange methods, only to become legends. Their secret. A loader named Clarence Smoyer, whose so-called backwards technique would prove devastatingly effective against the fearsome German Panzer. Picture this: the heat of combat, the rumble of engines, the metallic clang of steel on steel. Inside the cramped confines of a Sherman tank, every second is a lifetime. The standard procedure for loading the main gun was a carefully drilled by-the-book process. You grab a shell, you orient it correctly, and you ram it home. It was a system designed for consistency, but not necessarily for speed. But Clarence Smoyer, a young loader with an intuitive feel for his machine, saw a different way. Instead of following the standard procedure, Smoyer developed his own unique method. He would store the shells in the ready rack backwards. To his fellow crewmen, it looked completely wrong, inefficient, even foolish. They'd joke about it during downtime, ribbing him for his backwards loading. "You're gonna get us all killed, Smoyer," they'd jest, not realizing the quiet genius at work. Smoyer took the teasing in stride, practicing his method relentlessly, convinced he had found a way to shave precious seconds off their reload time. He knew that in a tank duel, those seconds were the difference between life and death. His commander, Sergeant Lafayette or Daddy Poole, was one of the few who didn't mock him. Poole was a legendary tanker himself, a man who trusted his crew and their instincts. He saw the potential in Smoyer's unorthodox style. He understood that innovation, not just adherence to doctrine, was what won battles. So, he let Smoyer continue, a decision that would soon be vindicated in the most dramatic way possible. The day came during the brutal fighting in the fields of France. Poole's Sherman, nicknamed In the Mood, rolled into a position and suddenly found itself facing a deadly ambush. Not one, not two, but a whole platoon of German Panzers emerged from the tree line, their long-barreled cannons swinging towards the lone American tank. The odds were impossible. A single Sherman against multiple superior German tanks. For any other crew, this would have been the end. But this wasn't any other crew. Gunner, target, lead Panzer. Poole's voice crackled over the intercom. The first shot was fired. The gun recoiled, filling the turret with smoke. And then, Clarence Smoyer went to work. Before the gunner could even reacquire his sights, a new shell was there. Asterisk clang. Asterisk the breech slammed shut. "Up," Smoyer yelled. His hands moved in a blur, a perfectly choreographed dance of man and machine. Grab, spin, load. It was fluid, instinctual, and impossibly fast. The first Panzer exploded in a ball of fire. Before the German crews in the other tanks could react, In the Mood was ready again. "Target, next in line," Poole commanded. The Sherman's 75mm gun roared to life once more. Another Panzer was hit, its turret sent flying into the air. The other crews, who had once laughed at Smoyer, now watched in stunned silence over the radio as the battle unfolded. The jokes about his backwards method died on their lips, replaced by awe. One by one, the Panzers fell. Smoyer's loading speed was inhuman. He was feeding the cannon faster than the Germans could believe. They were trained to expect a certain delay between shots from a Sherman, a window of opportunity to take aim and fire, but that window never opened. Smoyer's technique had closed it. He was loading and reloading in a rhythm that defied the textbook, a rhythm of pure, desperate efficiency. In the space of just 6 minutes, a lifetime in the heart of a tank battle, the ambush was broken. 4 German Panzers lay burning on the field, destroyed by a single Sherman. The surviving German forces, stunned by the ferocity and speed of the American tank's fire, retreated in disarray. The mocking laughter had been silenced, replaced by the crackle of burning steel and the stunned silence of victory against all odds. When In the Mood rolled back to the rally point, the crew was met not with jokes, but with a newfound respect. The story of the engagement spread like wildfire through the armored division. Tankers from other crews came over, not to laugh, but to ask Smoyer to show them his technique. The backwards loader was now a legend, a teacher. His method, born from ingenuity and a refusal to accept the status quo, was adopted by other crews, saving countless lives and giving the American Sherman a new edge in its fight against the technically superior German armor. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most effective solutions are the ones that challenge convention. Clarence Smoyer wasn't just loading shells. He was thinking outside the box, or in his case, outside the standard operating procedure. He saw a problem, the need for speed, and engineered a solution that worked for him, proving that innovation under pressure is one of humanity's greatest strengths. His story, and the incredible feat of the crew of In the Mood, is a testament to the quiet heroes of the war, the ones whose names might not be in the main history books, but whose brilliance on the battlefield made all the difference. Thank you so much for watching. This story is just one of many incredible tales of ingenuity from history. If you enjoyed this and want to hear more stories like it, please hit that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel for more content. We'll see you in the next one.